Good morning, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all good. It is currently 5:56, as you can tell by my face. Today was actually a bit of a lie-in. It's not a gym day for me, so normally I would get up and go to the gym straight away first thing, but today I've just got a run, so I'm going to do a full day of eating to show you how I fuel for that run and give you a bit of insight as well how I fuel my other days as well. And I think you'd be surprised how much I actually eat, because I have to eat quite a lot to maintain my body weight. So I'm going to show you all that today: protein, fats, carbs, so you can maybe do a similar thing if you are into this hybrid style of training. And just to give you some insight, normally I would do some sort of activity every day, most likely 2 activities. So if it's a gym day, I will do gym and then cycle or run. But when I don't have the gym, I tend to just do one, and then I have one full rest day a week. So today is my rest day from the gym, but it is a run day. So I'm gonna go make my pre-run meal now, and then I'm gonna go for a run. Alright, so meal 1 is a bagel and 30 grams of jam. This is a perfect pre-workout meal. You got fast digesting carbs in both the jam and the bagel. You got a tiny bit of protein in the bagel, but that's not really why I'm having it, and very low fats and fibre. The key for a pre-workout meal is to have lots of carbs, some protein, but often zero, especially if you're having it this early in the morning and you want it to digest fast. And then as close to zero fat and fibre as possible, because that will just slow down digestion and make it harder for these carbs to actually reach your muscles. And of course a pre-run coffee as well. I'm gonna apologise in advance if you can see sunburn on my forehead. No, I've just put more moisturiser on, but I went to Goodwood at the weekend, got very burnt, which I didn't mean to do, but I got burnt on my nose and forehead. So I'm partly wearing this to cover up my forehead as well as my hair right now, but you might see some peel on my face. We have just done the foam roller and massage gun. The purpose of that is to loosen off the muscles, because obviously I've just been asleep for 7.5 hours, but I don't want to dig into them too much. So the actual head I was using was quite a big head, because I wanted to just loosen up the muscles rather than really digging into them, because we do want to engage these muscles obviously when we're running, and if I really dig into them and give them a proper deep massage, it's probably going to hurt my running, but doing enough just to loosen them off will help, almost kind of like pre-activating the muscles so they're ready to actually engage properly when I run. Guys, I need you all to subscribe so I can afford some new running shoes that actually match my outfit. This is kind of a cool outfit and also kind of uncoordinated. And I'm actually in a primary school car park right now, which sounds really weird, but you are allowed to park here. I normally run topless. I feel like today's probably the day that I shouldn't run topless based on where I am, which breaks my heart. But yeah, anyway, right, let's get this run. Top had to come off. It was too hot. I'm about 2k in. Yeah, already sweating buckets. So that's the run done. That felt fucking amazing. As you can see, obviously I decided to go topless. It's actually too hot. Like, it's the summer. I'm drenched. I see it as I had no choice really. But we did 4k. It was quite a comfortable 4k. Pushed it like a fair amount, but nothing crazy. Main reason, well, because I've had to deal with shin splints recently and just calf issues, I just don't bother pushing it more than 4k. Like, occasionally if I feel amazing I will do 5, but really I'm just hurting my like long-term progress if I push it anymore, because I can feel after 4k my shins are starting to not hurt, but they're doing like a bit of a thing where they go a bit fuzzy. It's not the foot numbness thing, because my calves, these shoes, these Adi Pro 4s are incredible. Like, these suit my feet perfectly. My calves don't get too tight. If I run at a sensible speed, then my shins don't hurt too much. Honestly, these are incredible. Downside is I can see sweat patches on my feet because of how thin they are, so that's a bit of a downside, but these shoes are incredible. And yeah, that's 4K done. We did it in 21 minutes. That was an average pace of 5 minutes and 7 seconds a kilometre. I should probably get out of here before some fucking kids turn up and see me standing here with a camera topless. That was good though, I enjoyed that. This is what I meant by sweat patches, by the way. Look at my feet. You can see sweat patches on my fucking feet. Guys, if you are in the position where you can get out and do some movement early, whether it's a run, cycle, gym, whatever it is, I really do urge you to do it. You feel incredible afterwards. When you're doing it, you're thinking, why the hell am I doing this? Like today when I was running, I'm not gonna lie to you, as much as I feel amazing now, for the first 2K I felt horrible. Like I was thinking I'm gonna have to stop after that 1K. I carried on anyway, and the point is, if you push through that and you get your workout done regardless, first of all, you are set up for the rest of the day. That's the hard thing done at the start of the day. So amazing, it only gets easier from there. And once you finish, you just feel so good. You feel like you can just take on anything else in the day. And I've noticed my ability to do things that I don't want to do during the day has improved drastically ever since I started the day with something that I don't really want to do. Like, okay, yeah, I do enjoy doing exercise, but specifically running I don't like. Like, I genuinely don't like running. Cycling would be easier for me to do at this time because I'm better at it. Like, running doesn't come naturally to me. But yeah, start your day with something hard. It will be the best thing that you can do for your day. All right, guys, now we are back. It's time for our post-workout meal, number two. Second meal is what I'm trying to say, post-workout. So in your post-workout meal, you want lots of carbs, lots of protein, and next to no fat and fibre. Similar reasons to before, we want the carbs and protein to go straight to our muscles and refuel us, and fat and fibre is going to slow that down. So my post-workout meal, I've started getting into overnight oats. I used to be a hot oats kind of guy, and well, I still kind of am, but I got bored of it, and this way I've pre-made it the night before. So in this we have 70 grams of oats, 100 milliliters of semi-skim milk, 50 ml of water. We have my creatine. I have about 15 grams of creatine, 30 grams of whey protein, 20 grams of honey. We've got some cinnamon in there, a pinch of salt, and then we have frozen banana. I have about 80 grams of frozen banana. If you don't freeze your fruit, try it. It makes it so much better. So we'll just put some frozen banana on there. Now, normally, like I said, I'll have 80 grams, but if this is less or more, I'll just have that. With fruit, it's like next to no calories, so just have really as much as you want. That's 75 grams of banana, that's plenty. And this is what we're working with. This is honestly so good. And a little tip for freezing your bananas, because the issue I find, right, is I'll buy, I don't know, a bunch of 8 bananas, and by the time I get to the last one, they've gone off. And so if you chop them up and put them in those plastic meal prep containers, then they'll stay fresh, obviously, if they're frozen. And then you get them out, they're already sliced for you, just chuck them on. You can bite through them. I thought it'd be like biting into a rock. It's not. While I'm eating this, I'm gonna try and get a thumbnail. Something I completely forgot to mention, electrolytes. I talk about this quite a lot. I used to be an electrolytes hater. Now I think they have their use. Obviously, when you sweat, you don't just sweat sodium. You also sweat potassium, magnesium. There's one more, maybe calcium. Having electrolyte powder will help replenish that. Generally speaking, day to day, like if you're not sweating excessively, and I mean excessively, then just some salt is fine. It is important to replace that salt, so having salt on your foods, definitely essential. But post-workout, because I am sweating so much right now, I just had some electrolytes. I only have the one a day. I don't think you need to slam electrolytes as soon as you wake up. Just around your workouts, it does make a big difference. It makes me feel like I get my energy back quicker, and I don't get any headaches from, you know, being dehydrated or anything, because I drink a lot of water. Need the electrolytes to help actually absorb that. Right, cream of oats. Oh god, what are they called? Overnight oats. Banging. Obviously. Now it's time for a thumbnail picture. Hopefully we got one. I don't even know if this counts for a full day of eating, but of course we're having the daily monster. I try and limit these to 1 a day. Sometimes it's 2. Today might be a double day because I'm having no pre-workout. If I'm having pre-workout for the gym, I try to not have 2 because then that's quite a lot of caffeine. But yeah, be syncing this now. I'm going to get on with some work. Today, I really want to be done with everything by 6, which is when I tell my clients that, you know, I'm not replying anymore. On a rest day like this, I try and make the most of it in terms of recovery. Every other morning, I'm getting up and going to the gym straight away, and so today is a day where I like to make sure that I'm getting recovery. I have noticed recently my HRV has been improving, but my HRV has been a bit low. Resting heart rate has been elevated, so I'm just trying to really work on that right now, and the key way I'm doing that is just not overtraining. I was overtraining and it was just pushing my health metrics into the floor. That was off the back of going on holiday where I was under recovered, and then I came back and went straight back to it, overtrained, and I've been struggling to recover since. So now it's about a lot of zone 2 cycles, keeping the running a bit less intense and a bit kind of less total weekly volume for running. Who knows, you know, maybe I'll get into something at some point and then I'll look at doing some sort of triathlon type thing, but first of all we've got to do a marathon first. Anyway, I'm waffling, it's time to do some work. I often ask myself, why do I do all these hard things? You know, why do I get up and go for a run when I really don't want to? Why do I go to the gym when I really don't want to? And I think it's because doing those things you find out what you're made of. And when you have big goals for yourself, when you have big aspirations, which I'm assuming you probably do if you're watching this video, you've decided that you want to take your health and fitness more seriously, which is great. I commend you for that. But that's going to be hard, and the more hard things you can do in your life, the easier it is to do other hard things. That skill that you build up where you do something hard over and over again when you really don't want to do it, that is transferable. So for me, for example, if I have lots of, I don't know, work that I want to do, but mentally I'm finding it hard to get myself to do it, I'm procrastinating, the muscle that I've built up by doing lots of hard things that I don't want to do transfers over, so that I now find it easier to do other things that I don't want to do. And, you know, as a young guy who does want other people to take them seriously, if people see you doing these things and you're doing things that are aspirational, people take you more seriously. Sometimes it's hard being young and trying to get people to take you as seriously as they would someone older, and so when you do things that command respect, people end up taking you more seriously. And then the final thing really is that obviously I do coaching, there's a link below for that. If I'm not at the absolute pinnacle of, you know, health and fitness, then I'm not setting a good example to my clients. You know, I should be at the peak of what I'm doing, because otherwise how can I coach other people to do something, you know, close to what I'm doing? So for me, it's about setting the standard for the rest of my clients and just for people who watch my videos. I want you to feel inspired by these videos that I'm making, and unless I'm setting the standard very high, then that's not going to rub off. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Just do hard shit. It's good for you. Anyway, next meal. This isn't a meal, this is just a snack, but I've got an apple. So I try and get most of my fibre from fruit. I just find veg doesn't agree with me that well. Obviously, you know, fibre helps your gut. The fibre in food helps your body, your colon, absorb more water into your poo, and so you can go to the toilet easier. I find eating more veg actually goes the other way. It makes it harder to go to the toilet, and obviously eating so much food, you know, you want to be clearing out your system, so I find fruit is a great way to get fibre in. Yes, there's things you might miss out on with veg. So the only veg that I have is I have spinach in my pasta, which you'll see later, and that's it. I have about 5 or 6 portions of fruit and then spinach, and I just find that just works perfectly for my body. Sometimes it's trial and error, but I much prefer having fruit over veg, and fruit actually tastes nice. I feel like with veg you just have it because it's good for you, whereas fruit, it's good for you and it tastes nice. Right, meal, we on 3, 4? I can't remember. We have Greek yogurt. Well, we have 0% fat Greek yogurt, 20 gram, well, fuck me, 200 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, 20 grams of peanut butter, 20 grams of whey protein. By the way, 1-to-1 peanut butter to whey protein ratio. That's what you want. 100 grams of frozen blueberries. I think that's it. If it was a training day in the gym, I would also add some honey Cheerios on top of this, but I just don't need that many carbs today. Guys, I'm sorry, I lied to you. We actually had 98 grams of blueberries. And the whey protein I used is Carrot Cake Perform Protein. That might be the best flavour of protein powder I've ever tried. I actually need to get a sponsorship because it's ridiculous how much I promote their stuff. I'm going to get like a chocolate flavour next. I'm kind of getting sick of my jammy biscuit flavour, and then I have carrot cake obviously, which I just had, but I want a chocolatey flavour because you just can't go wrong with that. But mate, I'm honestly loving the summer. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm just meant to live in a hot country because this weather is actually just, I love it. Ooh. So obviously I said earlier that we didn't want any fats really around workout time, and that's true, we definitely don't. But now we're not working out, this is when we get the fats in. So in this there's 20 grams of peanut butter, which it has a lot more fat in, and every meal from now on is going to have fat in because fat is important for just how your body functions. You need fat, just not around your workout time. Oh, fucking... The next meal is going to be, I think, 175 grams of rice. We've got 200 grams of chicken, about 100 grams of pineapple, 50 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, and 20 grams of Nando's sweet chili jam. And the time is currently 2:30. I've still got about 3, maybe 4 meals left. So I like to try and drag it out if I can, just because I get pretty hungry in the afternoon. So if I can spread my meals out more, it means I can actually eat more in the afternoon. I feel like you wouldn't think that Greek yogurt in this would be good, but genuinely, it really is with the Nando's chili jam. Okay, I thought it'd be a nice idea to go outside and do some vitamin D maxing while I eat my food, but then I realised it's 27 degrees outside right now. And I kind of forgot that because it's so cool in here, but it's way too hot outside and I'm wearing all black. But I've got another meal. Well, it's not a meal, it's kind of like my dessert from my chicken and rice. I have literally just had the chicken and rice. 4 dates, 30 grams of peanuts. Guys, look how locked in I am. Obviously you're still watching the video and I've already edited my thumbnails. I normally do an A/B split test, so you won't see this, you only see one video, but I normally test a couple of thumbnails per each video. I've made 2 right there. Haven't even finished the video. That's how locked in I am. And it takes me so long. That literally took me like almost as long as it does to edit a fucking video. The great thing about doing this hybrid training is that I can actually eat way more food. Although obviously I haven't been very active today, but I'm still gonna do 10,000 steps today and I've ran. So I get to eat stuff like this. This is 50 grams of Cheerios and 100 ml of semi-skim milk. So just getting some extra carbs in. So even though I'm not doing loads of activity today, still important that I do get lots of carbs in because that's what fuels the sessions. And this is a great way of doing that. I can't stress this enough how important it is to hit your daily step goal. You should be setting a step goal for every single day. I recommend 10,000. That's realistic at a push for a lot of people. And even for me, who does a lot of running, cycling, I go to the gym 4 times a week, you know, every day I'm doing something, I still have a step goal. Even like yesterday, for example, I trained in the morning, then I went for an hour cycle, and I still hadn't hit my step goal, so I came home and did like, I think about 25-ish minutes on the walking pad, because it was important to me to do that. And you set these goals for yourself, and if you keep showing up for yourself and keep ticking these boxes, even when you don't feel like you need to, that does wonders for just your discipline and ability to, as we mentioned earlier, do hard things. It's not easy to hit your step goal every day. There's days where it's going to be hard, but the more days you do it, the easier it becomes. And if you aren't as active as me, then it's even more important, because you need to keep your body moving. Otherwise, that's how you get fat, that's how you get weak. You need to be doing your movement every day. Going to the gym is not enough. I would recommend, if it's not going to be 10,000, set a goal for 8,000 steps. Just set a step goal and make sure no matter what, you hit that. And guys, final meal of the day. We have, here we go, 80 grams of pasta, 180 grams of minced beef, 12 grams of olive oil, 20 grams of Nando's chili jam, 50 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, salt, and about 30 to 40 grams of spinach. So I will show you after I've eaten this the breakdown of the full day's worth of eating. I apologise if there's a smear on the camera, I can literally see one. I will show you the full breakdown of all macros, even vitamins and minerals after I've eaten this. But as you can tell, I like having Greek yogurt and Nando's chili jam in my chicken and minced beef. It just gives it like the best flavour. I probably will mix that up at some point, but right now it's just working for me. And yeah, this is a great meal to have before bed because of all these carbs as well. And I heard from somewhere that starchy carbs are good before bed. I don't know if that's true. I couldn't really find any research as to why that's better than normal carbs, other than the fact that starchy carbs are like slow release, so they get released into your bloodstream slower, so you're less likely to have like your blood sugar crash during the night. But if you're eating enough food anyway, generally that's not a problem. So I don't know. I forgot to mention as well, I had a kiwi while I was making this. Kiwi with the skin on is supposed to be good before bed because it contains like naturally occurring serotonin, which helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle and your ability to sleep. So that's supposedly good. Do I notice the difference myself? No, but I just eat it because kiwi is good for you. It contains enzymes just like pineapple that help break down protein, has fibre, it's good for you. Right, so guys, that's the full day of eating done. Every meal eaten now, so let me show you the breakdown for today's macros. I've got it all on my computer here. This is how I track everything. So as you can see, those are the macros at the top: 3,000 calories, 211 grams of protein, 404 carb, 63 fat, 36 fibre. And then you can see a breakdown for every single meal there. There you go. But then in case you're interested, here's the technicals. Just pause them if you are interested. But yeah, that's everything. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found this useful. Let me know if you're going to try any of these meals yourself, if you're adding them in. And let me know down below how many calories you're eating a day right now and what your goal is, why you're eating that much. I just find it interesting. So let me know. If you would like to watch another video of mine, I'll put one here. Promise you, it'll be a good one if you've enjoyed this. There's a link below for my online coaching if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I shall see you in the next video.